Hello farmers and welcome back to No Man's Land once again. Got a trailer full of furniture, 11,000 liters of furniture. Sounds kind of weird to say 11,000 liters of furniture. This should say furniture, I guess. But anyways, it's like a 2,100 per, so I'm going to get probably somewhere around $23,000 for this load of furniture we got going on up here, which is good because I need a little bit more money for the chicken coop today. The chicken coop is a little bit more expensive than I thought it was. I think it's $79,000 for the chicken coop. Yeah, I thought it was like 62, but 79. Either way, it's all good. Let's sell off this furniture. Give me the cash, please. Oh, look at that money. Am I going to get 100,000? Probably not. Nah, that would have been great. But so $23,850 into my bank account. That looks very lovely. But I'm going to spend, well, about 80% of that here very shortly. Hello, dear. So yeah, today as I'm recording, there was an update to No Man's Land, so I think almost everything that you can possibly make can now be sold on the map. The one thing I did check though, rocks are something we still cannot sell. So, I mean, you can, you just got to put down the rock, well, it's a rock crusher. I think it's called this a rock crusher for a selling point, but for production, we're probably going to store the rocks for a little bit. I think I'm going to end up using, in the long run, the placeable I was talking about before. I think it's like 80,000, and that is only going to be put in rock and get lime. Not the other production building that will make fertilizer and mineral feed as well. We're just going to go straight lime, and that is it. So the furniture shop is doing rather well. I am going to put down the sawmill, probably not today because we're not going to have the cash to do so. The sawmill is now part of this map, so it's $20,000 to place down. Just to let you know though, it is not a place to sell. It is just a place to bring logs to make planks and get wood chips. So I'll show you that in just a second. I did see Alien Jim on a Discord page. Someone else asked him that they couldn't sell logs there, and he goes, it's not there to sell. So if we go into construction, I was already looking at it, that's going to be under production. I think it's way down here. So you put in trees and you get planks and of course wood chips. So we're going to go ahead and bring it over here. Yeah, you can see it's 20,000. It's rather big. Well, for a sawmill it's probably a regular size, but compared to what we have here, that's a relatively good size. We are going to put it down over here actually, but I got to remove some trees before I can do so. So I'll probably do that in between episodes, possibly. So yeah, have a seat is going to stay right there, and the sawmill is going to go over here. But there are a couple trees, like that little one right there, and I don't know, maybe a couple more over there I may have to move, I don't know. I could probably place a sawmill down, but the tree would be sticking up through it. That would not look too good. So I'll take care of that later on. Like I said though, I really don't have the cash to do that. Another mod that got released today as well, funny enough, I was asking about last episode when we were doing our barley harvest, was about the straw. So it is now a mod. You can get that in the Giants Hub as well. Now, it didn't work for me because we already did the harvest, but if you're harvesting and you chop straw down, you'll get a stage of fertilization down on the field. So that should be on the Giants Mod Hub as well. But for starters today, because I really want to get some other things going, I need some life around the farms. We're going to place down the chicken coop. That's what we're going to do to start things off. Let's turn off our T6 so we're not burning some fuel. Before we do that as well, though, let's go into construction. Landscaping. I want to get over here to painting, and we're gonna go, this is just regular old dirt, right? Yeah, regular old dirt. Let's go that size. Let's change the pattern here. We're just gonna go put dirt down here. I don't know how big the chicken coop actually is. Well, I know how big it is, but when you're that far up in the sky, it's hard to tell. We're just gonna leave it like that for now. Let's go to buildings, animals, chickens. So this mod right here is by Stevie, and as you can see, it holds 650 chickens, and just ignore that it needs water. Just ignore that. But he has one with no fence. He has one that matches the same as this one here, but the difference is it does hold 650 chickens. We're going to go with no fence, and I want to put it down like this. So the egg pallets will spawn on the top of your screen, and I can feed them at through the bottom the area. I want to put them kind of closer to these trees over here, kind of like this. Yeah, sure. Okay, that's where we're going. So 79,000. So no landscaping fees. I do love that. Perfect. So the chickens will be over here. Yep, there they go. Well, not there they go. They haven't gone yet. But these where the egg pallets will spawn, which is perfect, so I can bring them that away, that direction there. Let's pop over here and let's get ourselves some chickens right away. So, Ronnie the Rooster. That's what we call him, Ronnie the Rooster. We need... There we go. Yeah, let's get one of those. The chicken transportation trailer, whatever it is, I haven't seen it, still showing on the list for being mods for tested. So, unfortunately, I mean, like I said, though, for what it costs to transport them here, probably not worth buying a trailer if you go on that route. So, we got two types of chickens. We got the chickens that are 6 months old, and they're ready to have reproduction, and but we're not ready for that. We want to kind of take it slow. Let's go here, and then we're just going to go... Yeah, I can't type in 50, so we'll just go ahead and do 50. As you can see, the chickens don't cost that much. And transporting 50 chickens to pay for that fee, we're only talking 50 bucks. So whatever that transportation mod they're coming up with, I hope it's kind of on the cheap side. But that's not that's neither here nor there right now. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some 50 chickens. I hear money being made already. All right, where's all my eggs? No eggs yet. All right, let's go. We need to feed the chickens. We don't want them starving. I don't think they can die though. Everyone's told me they can't. You know, animals don't die on the base game. I don't want to see it, but I think it should be part of it if you don't feed your animals. I mean, basically, if you don't feed your animals, they just don't produce for you. That's it. All right, let's go ahead and attach that. And attach our hoses. Perfect. Everything's looking out rather well. So that does leave me with 17,000. Like I said, that's not enough to go ahead and get ourselves a sawmill. So not a big deal. So we're going to work in our field today. That's what we are going to do. Let's see. Barley, please. I don't think I need like 7,000. Let's just fill up the trailer. I think it holds 7,000. I got 8,000. I don't remember how much this holds already. I don't remember. Find out here shortly. And there the chickens go. Now now they may start producing some eggs. It'll take a little bit for them to get going. So let's see, it's July. So by the time winter rolls around, they'll be 6 months old. So February is when the chicken coop should start getting some more chickens into it. I think they took all the grain, which is fine by me. That way I don't have to go back to the silo. Hopefully that lasts for a while. Like I said, we don't need too many chickens right off because we don't have that much grain to give them. But I think we got enough for the amount of chickens we have for another season. Let's go ahead and park this in here. Now, the next thing I want to do is we need to create another field because, like I said, next year we're going to have more chickens, and the amount of feed that we got for them this year is not going to be enough for them for sure. And park that right there. So not much is going on in the shop for use. That's right, I changed the keys around. Got to get used to that. Nothing new is going on in the shop because we're pretty much right where we left off last episode. So nothing really new going on there. Let's back up to our wonderful plow. And that should be close enough, I think. There we go. And hop into here. And how about if we raise it up because we're trying to plow into concrete. I better make sure, I'm pretty sure it's off now because it would have made a field there, but it is off. So we're going to go over here and plow the field again. It does not need it, but I did not get no weeds. So if I can get by and plowing the field again, then I'm all for it. And now that we know we can, this T6 can pull the Pottinger seeded drill that we used last time around, I have no problem plowing it, leaving it that way because that is a direct drill, so we should have no problem. So I'm kind of curious now, second time around, if weeds will actually grow. I'm hoping they don't. Did I just plow some rocks in? No. I thought they went in and they reappeared somewhere else. So we'll get these two fields that we harvested last time plowed, so, fingers crossed, no more weeds. And then we'll make a third field. I know originally I said I was going to put these fields over here and may change them out, but now I'm putting more and more fields down. So maybe I need to start kind of deciding how the farmland's going to look, what have you, so I don't have to keep moving around. But the good thing about farmland is I can always just come in, paint this field back to regular grass and move fields around. That's kind of the good thing about it. So let's go ahead and get these fields plowed again. So when I create another field, we can go and lease a rock picker. Not sure which one I want to get just yet. I would like to probably get the biggest one. I'm not buying it, I'm just leasing it. Just because it's a bigger working area and get the job done just a little bit quicker. I just don't know what the horsepower requirement of that is. But hopefully by the time fall rolls around, I'm thinking we'll have like the sawmill up and going. Like I said, it's 20 grand. Am I going to make money? It's going to take a while to get money back on that for sure. But we should get more out of our wood. So our wood will be made into planks, but I get more furniture out of the planks. So we shall see how it all works out. But if the sawmill is only 20,000, let's go ahead and put it down, make it more realistic. So bring them planks to a furniture shop, and then the furniture shop can make furniture. Seems more realistic than just bringing a log in and the furniture people looking at it like, okay. I mean, yeah, you can take logs and make furniture out of just logs. I mean, we've all seen them in those country type furniture areas. I had a bed like that once myself anyways. I'm going to shut up for now. But for you, it's going to take just a second. When I come back, I'll decide where the third field's going to go, and we'll get that field plowed in, and then we'll go ahead and lease a rock picker. I'm hoping, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm hoping I can just dump rocks anywhere as long as it's on my property. But since we own the entire No Man's Land map, I'm hoping I can dump them somewhere. And in the distant future, we'll get ourselves the lime producing facility. It does cost $80,000, so probably won't be anytime soon. But let's be honest, we got to get these rocks out of this field. As long as every time I harvest the field, if I don't do any plowing or deep cultivating, I won't pick up any more rocks. So we can probably get by a couple more years before I have to do that. Anyways, I said I was going to shut up and get these two fields done. I'll bring it back when it's time to get the third field done or started. And I got to think about where that's going to go. I would say the field is looking better, but until we get these rocks out of here, just not going to happen. But the good news is, it is showing that the weeds are not growing anymore. So before, if I went to the field, it would say weeds growing. And if you come to the field now, it doesn't say anything about weeds. But yeah, we can see it needs lime. And it needs to be rolled. And from what you guys were telling me in the comments in the previous videos, the rolling, you got to do the rolling after you plant, which just seems kind of weird. You're supposed to get like a 5% increase in yield, but from also what you guys were saying, a lot of other YouTubers were doing some tests on that, and they're getting like about a 2% yield increase. So not that big of an increase, is it? I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this here. But like I said, I can always change the way the fields are later on, not that big of a deal. So we're going to come over here just to kind of separate our fields. And let's go here, and if I hit Y without looking, hopefully that will allow us to create a field. It certainly does. And now we're just going to go over here, and I don't know how big of a field we're going to create, but big enough, I think. Sure, why not? Now, the one thing I would like to see come up for sale, well, there's a lot of things, but I would like to see, I do have a mod from Stevie, the fertilizer spreader. Not the burrito, but the Amazon one, or Amazon. I always say Amazon, I don't know why, but probably Amazon. I'd like to see that one come up for sale. That'd be really nice, because I am going to need to fertilize those two other fields. This field here, I'm getting a stage of fertilization on it right now, because I'm technically taking a crop slash the grass and plowing that into the field. So that is one stage of fertilization. And when I use the Pottinger seed drill again, which I do plan to use, I'll be putting fertilizer in that, and we'll be getting a second stage in. All right, let's just go to like to here. Like I've said before about the farm, I kind of have an idea of the way I want it to look, but it's like anything. As you slowly go, yeah, the people that have been around here for a while, you know, I don't say I got plans anymore. I got ideas, because the second I have to say I have a plan, 20 minutes later, it's like, well, remember that plan I thought about something different. I thought about something different. So I keep changing it. So we call them ideas around here, at least I try to. So I have an idea of how I want the farm to look. As for the farmland, yeah, we can change it as we go. That's kind of the good thing about it. A very good thing about it. So also I should mention, because as you're seeing this video, it is, if you're watching this video the day it goes live, it is Christmas Eve. So I just want to say happy holidays / Merry Christmas to all you guys out there. The last week, I also want to thank you for all the likes, the comments on the No Man's Land series. The channel has gotten a lot of new subscribers because of the series, I do believe. So welcome to all the newcomers here. And some of you who have been around here for a while, you're reminiscing about the series we did in 19 here. A couple of people even mentioned, I didn't even think about that when I mentioned the volcano, and a couple of you mentioned you thought you saw No Name running around around here. No Name was the name of a horse that we had. But I'm guessing if you saw something, you probably saw a deer. That's what I'm thinking you saw. Just a possibility. So yeah, we'll get these rocks out of here. And yeah, also you guys were saying in the comments that what most people, and what I thought as well, that rocks don't decrease the yield. It just beats the living daylights out of your equipment. Or at least it used to. I don't know if they increased in the last patch, if it increased or decreased the amount of damage it does to your vehicle. Although I know I did watch a video by Farmer Klein. He did like an 8-minute video about damaging crops on a field about probably the size I'm making now. Yeah, about the size field I'm making now. He did one where he left rocks in the field, and he did one where he took rocks out of the field, and the repair on it was only like a difference of like $12, $14. So it was like, okay, so is it worth it? Yeah, who knows? Well, let's face it, we gotta get these rocks out of here because they don't look that good in the field. Do not look good at all. And I did look. We're gonna lease the biggest rock picker currently in the game, but the leasing fee is gonna be like $2,500. So it stings, but you know it's like twice the working width of the other ones, and I like to get my jobs done quickly. So we'll be leasing that. So I'm gonna have about $15,000 when we get done. I am hoping though, because I did do rock picking on Elm Creek. But the one thing I didn't try doing is, can I just unload the rocks onto the ground? I think I should be able to, like most other... I mean, rocks are not a crop. I'm guessing they're kind of treated like a crop. So hopefully when we fill up the rock picker, I can just go ahead and dump them on the ground in a pile. If not, yeah, we don't have a place to sell them, or bring them. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. I don't know. So I'm thinking that this upcoming season we'll plant wheat. The reason why I'm just alternating from one crop to another is because our silo can only hold 200,000 liters of each individual crop. I know we're not anywhere close to 200,000 liters of barley in the silo, but let's, every 3 years we can rotate it. I may just go wheat, barley for a while. And eventually, like I said, we will have the grain, the granary. It's just called the granary. We'll have the bakery. We're going to have all the production buildings on this map, I do hope. So that even means doing some sugar beet, because we're going to need some sugar. Because in the long run, I want to make cakes. And that means, yes, we are going to have greenhouses as well. Actually, I might... Would it be... I know I said I didn't want to do greenhouses right away. But in order to get the money coming in, I want the series... I don't want the series to progress too fast to where just, in like 20 episodes we got everything. But I don't want to go so slow as to where, we're just repeating the same step over and over again. I wanted to kind of like spread our jobs out, make it interesting. But greenhouses, yeah, I might... I'm trying to remember how much the greenhouses were. Because obviously we put a greenhouse down, and of course then we put a water tanker down, which I'll use the water tanker by Epideth. It'll be just like a one-time fee put down, and then we got ourselves some free water. Oh, but then I'm gonna need a water tanker. Yeah, so that's probably not feasible as of yet. So yeah, I mean, I want a sawmill soon. Greenhouses probably after the sawmill. And I'll just repeat, just in case, the sawmill, that is not a place where you can put down and bring logs to sell. That is just to go ahead and make planks and get wood chips. But I mean, yes, you can bring the logs there, make planks, and then go sell the planks if you want. But no, it's not a selling point for logs. You can still bring the logs up to the shop and sell the logs up there. It definitely looks like there are a ton of rocks around here. I don't know how much we're going to collect here shortly, but I can see a big pile forming up here at the farm. Just want to make sure that my plow is not creating any more fields. It's turned off. We're all set. Alright, so let's go drop the plow off and then head on down to the store. Lease the biggest rock picker that there is, and we'll come around here. I'll just have to put a pile somewhere. I don't really want to put it around the farm too much because I would hate to put the pile somewhere and then want to build where the pile is. Then I have to move the pile, which would really, really suck. Another thing I want to build around here, well, there's a lot of things we want to build. Let's be serious. But the things I need to kind of put around here, kind of not soon-ish, I guess we can say soon-ish, is, of course, a workshop. And, of course, I want to use the workshop that No Man's Land comes with. I think I put it down. Did I put it down on Elm Creek? No, I didn't put it on Elm Creek. Where did I put it down? Oh, in Griffin, Indiana. That's where, oh, yeah, wrong button. Which reminds me, I had to get back to that series as well at some point. Also, with the farms as well. Anywho, let's stay on topic here, which is this farm. Let's go into the store page here. And rock pickers, stone pickers. Okay, stone pickers. This one here, the reason I want this one is 5.5 working width compared to 2.4 and just 2. Let's go with the wide one. It's kind of weird that the one with the wider working width, the capacity is a lot smaller than the smaller ones. So a bigger working width, but a smaller capacity. Anywho, let's go in here and lease this. Yeah, I mean, that's expensive. $2,652 for leasing it. I mean, yeah, we got to do what we got to do. I can't stand looking at the rocks any longer. I know you guys can't either. All right, I'm going on down to the store. We're going to pick that on up. Come back. And, yeah, let's get these rocks out of this field. And hopefully I can empty them out somewhere. We just got to find somewhere to dump the rocks. Hello, Mr. Rock Picker. How you doing today? Let's get to work. Before we go back to the farm, though, there's another thing I want to try on out here. And I remembered it when I was driving past. I saw some sticks on the ground. I want to go ahead and see about removing these sticks on the ground to see exactly how that works. Yep, we're all set there. Let's jump back into our lovely little T6. But there are some sticks right here at the entryway to the store. And like I said, I own all the land here. So I should be able to go ahead and do it. Actually, there's a stick right there. Let's jump on out. Okay, if we go here, and we go to here, and we go to construction, we go to landscaping. I think I got to go to plants. If I scroll on in, I think he said if I just... so you got to select... Okay, so go to landscaping, go to plants. You actually got to click on any kind of decoration, I guess. And when you see a stick, just right-click on it. Why can't I... Am I too close to the store? Probably. So just right-click on the mouse, and the stick disappears. As for, you know, your console players, I'm not sure what button it would be, but does it show on up? Oh yeah, so it shows up on the helper HUD. You can see for me, right mouse click, it says remove. Oh, it even removes the grass as well. Oh, removes the foliage completely. Is that costing me cash to do that? Oh, it does not. Very nice, Alien Jim. Very nice. I kind of like that. Okay, with that being done and tested on out, so that's how you can remove sticks. I mean, as we saw before the update, there was other ways to remove the sticks as well. But that is the free way and probably the easy way. So if you're just going around creating a field, all of a sudden a stick pops up and you want to get rid of it, just go ahead into the menu and do that. All right, let's get this rock picker on back, and we'll go ahead and start picking up rocks. How many rocks are we going to get? we're going to find out. All right, here we are. Let's go ahead and turn on the stone picker. Now, the good thing about plowing it before I use a stone picker is now I can kind of see where I've been. When I did Elm Creek and I used a subsoiler, and the subsoiler, of course, made the ground texture almost like it is now when the picker goes over it. It's kind of hard to see where I've been, but with a plow now, it makes this a little bit easier to see what we've been doing. So I am hoping that this season, once again, we don't get no weeds in our field. I mean, that field that we created should be really good, except for the lime. Now, the lime is the only thing we're not going to have. But I mean, if a deal comes up, I could always, like that spreader, I could always go ahead and maybe buy the spreader and then lime. Like, I'll lime it before we seed it. Yeah, I almost made that mistake again, like I did in Elm Creek. Elm Creek was like, oh, I'll just go ahead and plant it and I'll lime it later. And, yeah, found out you can't do that. So do I get an option for... Oh, yes, Control I can unload anywhere. Alright, so that works. So I just have to find a way... But as I found out in recent versions of Farming Simulator, like if you take a bale, and you look at the size of a bale, then you unbale it, it just seems to go everywhere. So I wonder how big a pile is actually going to be. That is the thing. And this is why I went with the biggest stone picker there is, because if I went with the other ones, they're like half the size. It'd take me twice as long to do the field. And time is never on my side. Alright, so I got 3 fields to do. Let me go ahead and I'll bring you back when I get done with this field, and we can kind of see how many rocks we got. And probably have a pile. I'm pretty sure I'm going to fill this up before I get to the end of the field. Maybe not. So I got the first field done. Maybe like 15% of the second field done. And we are finally full. So 2,000 liters of rocks. Now, is it going to come out as a pile of rocks? Is it going to go into a pallet, container? Have no idea. If it comes out in a pile, how big of a pile is it going to be? You would think it can't be bigger than the equipment that it's in, correct? We'll soon find out. But I do want to dump these somewhere to where I can pick them up later on. How much later, I don't know. And where do I want to put these? Alright, we're going to kind of like put them between the shed and the house. That's where we're going to put them. I don't think I can control what side they come out on. But if I park... No, because they might teleport through the shed wall. Then I'm really in trouble. Well... Tell you what I might do here. Let's go down here and... Okay, the game did save. So worst comes to worst, I can go ahead and pick them back up. So it's just going to open up and dump a pile behind us? Okay. Oh, wow, that's not bad at all. Okay, we can deal with that. I can deal with that for sure. Just going to need a bucket to pick them up, or... I wonder if I can pick them back up with a rock picker. Well, I'll find out later on, but for now, that's where they're going to go. Right there, and that's fine by me. So, the one thing I also noticed, they must have changed it in the update of 1.2. When I was picking up rocks on Elm Creek, before the update, I was picking up rocks whether there were rocks on the ground or not. I mean, there had to be rocks in the field, I think. But I can go over a spot like right here, and I start picking up rocks. Not a whole lot. I pick up some, but when I go over to a rock clump, I get more for sure. Now it seems like I'm only picking up rocks where there are rocks. So I'm not sure if that was in the patches or not, or my mind was making up when I was doing it on Elm Creek before the patch. Have no idea. So who knows. But the one thing I do know, that 2,000 liters of rocks I put down, if I had the lime production facility, and I think it's 1,000 rocks will give you 4,000 liters of lime, so that 2,000 liters there would give me 8,000 liters of lime, which seems like a lot, but as we know, you go through lime pretty darn quick. So, yeah, there's that. So, by putting down the $80,000 facility, which is the one I think we're going to go ahead and put down, In the long run, I'll get my money back because I'll be getting lime for free if I get enough, pick up enough rocks, that is. So I'll be getting my lime for free. So in the long run, yes, I'll probably, benefit by not having to buy my own lime. But lime is not that expensive to begin with, so it's going to take a while to get my money back on it. But it just adds something else for us to do for sure, rather than just picking up rocks and selling them. But right now, I don't have no place to sell them. If you do get confused on No Man's Land, it's like, yeah, there is no place to sell them. You can go into construction, productions. I think it's is it productions? Where? No, selling points. Sorry, you got to go to selling points, and for 10,000, you can put down your debris crusher. It's actually called a debris crusher, not a rock crusher. So it does cost 10,000 to put down, and then you can start selling your rocks. The one test I want to do, and I just never got around to it, and by the time I do it, you probably all know, and maybe you guys can tell me, so maybe you guys can test it out for me. On the debris crusher I just showed you, apparently, you'll get more money for your rocks if you dump it into the top part, rather than selling it to the side point. So, I don't know. I may go in Elm Creek, and do I have a rock picker? Yeah, I got a rock picker on there. I can get some rocks and try out the test myself by selling it into the side, and then selling it to the top and see if I get more. But I heard if you sell it into the top portion of the rock crusher, debris crusher, you'll get more money for the rocks, apparently. My guess the reason why you may be getting more money in theory, instead of dumping the pile of rocks beside it, by dumping the rocks beside it, I guess you're not getting as much money because they got to pay a guy to pick up the rocks and put them into the rock crusher. Debris crusher. And by you putting them into the top, you're actually doing the job for them, so they don't have to pay the guy to do it, so they give you the money instead. I don't know. That's the way I'm going with it. If it is actually is true, I don't know. But for those who have done it and know that for a fact, leave a comment below that's saying, yes, by putting the rocks in the upper part of the debris crusher, you get more money. Don't know. Alright, so I got a little bit further to go. Obviously, I can get the rest of this field into the rock crusher. Yeah, I got rock crusher on the mine, and it's actually a debris crusher, but into the stone picker. I'll get the rest of this field done for sure. Head on over to the other field, but the good news is when we empty out the stone picker, it's not an extreme huge pile, so that's something we can definitely deal with until we get ourselves to the lime production facility, which probably for us is going to be a ways down the line, but now that with the chicken production starting to get going, we'll start making more money a little bit quicker. But I think the next thing on the list would be the greenhouses. I did have a quick look at the greenhouses. The biggest greenhouse is 10,000, so I can afford the biggest greenhouse. The problem is I need a water tanker, and that will put us over budget. And then I'd have to put down a water source. Now, apparently the lake, I guess we'll call it the lake, the pond at the starting point for No Man's Land. I heard that you can't actually get water out of that, I think. Let me know. I haven't tried it yet. But if you do know that for a fact that you can't get water out of it, that's what I've been told, then I will have to put down a water tanker. Not a water tanker, but a water tank to get water from, which is not that big of a deal. Anyways, I need to continue picking up some stones / rocks. Get these fields all set for some planting in September / October for some wheat. So let's see how many more rocks we do get. Just about done with the stone picker. So far, the pile has 6,000 liters of stones in it, plus whatever we got now will be added. So not too bad for the 3 small fields that we have. In the long run, when we get more fields down, that's a lot of rocks. It's just a matter of how fast is that lime production facility going to print them on out, print out the lime. Just keep in mind, that is not going to be part of the no handcuffs mod that I use like on the furniture store, where that produces at 5 times as much per month. Time will tell, but I definitely think the next thing we're going to be spending cash on is probably the greenhouse. I thought originally the sawmill, but by putting down the greenhouses and then a greenhouse and start producing some vegetation, either lettuce, strawberries, or what's the other one I could produce? Can't remember off the top of my head, but whatever we produce, at least we'll be able to sell and bring in more cash. Sawmill's not going to bring us cash. We're just going to bring in wood to the sawmill to make planks, and then bring that over to the furniture shop itself. We are done with the stone picker. Let's go ahead and unload that. So 6,000, we'll just say 6,800 liters of stone that we currently have. So now that we know that, I know the piles are not going to be too big, when it does come time to pick up some more stones, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I thought the piles are going to be bigger than what they actually are, so not too bad. It would be kind of neat if I could kind of use this as gravel for around the farm and place that for like stone paths and whatnot, but we're going to be using it to hopefully make some lime in the distant future. Ah, sweet. A good pile of rocks. That's what a farmer likes around this farm, is a good pile of rocks. So we also got rock in the beautiful little chicken coop. 650 chickens eventually in the long run. I'm pretty sure they have not made any eggs whatsoever because their health is kind of low. Actually, nope, nothing yet. Absolutely nothing. Come on, ladies, spit them out. So we'll eventually get there. Who knows? Probably by next episode. Yeah, because I probably have to wait one full day, which means a month. And we'll have some eggs showing there. So our fields are looking pretty darn good. No rocks. I'm pretty sure you're all happy. I can feel your stress levels going down as I proceeded along with the stone picking. But now we just need lime. Like you guys said, though, you can't get rid of the rolling part of the field where it says I need to roll it until after we seed it. So if I got like a roller and roll it now, it's not gonna take care of it. I gotta do it after I seed. Just seems kind of weird. But we do got 3 fields for this year / next year. We'll see if that can keep on up. But the rocks are out of here. It looks so much better, I know. But the first season, we just had to do it. And yeah, believe it or not, this is 6,800 liters of stone sitting right here. We'll have to get a bucket later on, pick this on up, and wherever we decide to put down wherever we decide to put down the facility, not too sure, but we will be putting down a sawmill eventually. But I think a greenhouse would be next. I gotta figure out exactly where I want to put the greenhouses. I may have to chop down some more trees. But I would like to save the trees until I get the sawmill. I know it sounds kind of weird, because if the sawmill produces the planks fast enough, I could sell planks and also feed planks into the furniture shop. So I could actually make money off the sawmill that way too. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. It's an idea. That's right. We don't have plans around here. We have ideas. And eventually I would like to get another tractor. That way, like today, if I had a second tractor, I could have had Frank. And for those of you who know who Frank is my helper. He's been around since Farming Litter 17 for us, I do believe. But Frank could be working, like picking up stones, and I could be using another tractor and a trailer and going around cutting down some of these trees and getting them processed. But I think that's a distant buy. We'll never know. Depends on what comes up in the used shop, right? That's the way it tends to go. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one. I gotta return this stone picker.